Welcome to my Nat 5 2026 Paper 2 walkthrough. Hopefully you've already had a look at Paper 1. Right, let's get right into it. In Paper 2, we're going to be using our formula list, so where necessary, I have clipped the relevant formula and added it into the page so you can see what's going out without us having to keep flipping back. This is the calculator paper. I need to edit that. Oh, the joys. There are 13 questions. Let me just, hang on. It's that calculator paper. There we go. Now, calculator. We have got a van valued at £22,600. Its value depreciated by 28% each year for the next 3 years. Calculate the value of the van after 3 years and give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Got quite a bit going on here. We've got the van depreciated by 28%. So we've got our 100% minus our 28%. So what we're looking for is actually 72%, which is 0.72. It's happening for 3 years, so that's going to be a cubed. I want to calculate the value of the van correct to 3 significant figures. So first things first, we are going to have to put into our calculator the value of 22,600 times our 0.72 to the power of 3 and get our answer. Then give it to 3 significant figures. If you don't show your unrounded or original value, you can sometimes lose one of the points. So even though your calculator can do all this for you, they want you to actually just do it. Show it. Right. Okay, so we have got 22600 times 0.72 to the power of 3, and we get that 8435.4048. So 8435.4048. I want it to 3 significant figures, so we're only interested in the first 3 numbers and the 1 digit after it, because that tells us whether we're rounding up or down. Because it's a 5, we're rounding up, so our value is 8440, because remember this is thousands, hundreds, tens and units. We don't want to suddenly lose our thousands. And that's us. We're done. A common thing there is people forgetting that we're dealing with 8,000 and odd, and they put in 800 because they've done 3 numbers. It's 3 significant figures. They still have to hold their value. We can't just drop them. Okay. Question 2, we've got a triangle, XYZ, and we have got 2 sides that are known and the interior angle of those 2 sides. It's what we call the cosine angle, cosine rule. So I'll put the cosine rule at the top for you. Always check with these questions. Sometimes they'll ask you for the area of the triangle. That uses 2 sides in the interior angle as well. So double check what it is it's asking you for. So we're given the 2 sides, 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and the angle of 106 degrees. And to calculate the length of xy. So we're dealing with the length, so it is the cosine rule. For the length, we want the first half of our equation, our formula, so that bit. Okay. So we want to find xy squared, that top line, xy, and that is going to be 5 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 5 times 4, and cos of our angle 106 degrees. Remember, this is the one where your calculator can show different results when you enter the thing, almost what feels like identically. So be careful here. I would work out all the numbers you can before you stick it in your calculator. So we've got 25 plus 16 minus 2 times 5 is 10 times 4, so that's 40. You've got a calculator. You could use that for these numbers if you really want to. 25 plus 16 is 35, 41 minus 40 cos 106. Even if I didn't get my calculator out at this point, remember this is xy squared I'm working out, I've still got 2 points. I've only got 1 point left to do, and that's put it in the calculator and square root it. So I'm going to just put in here xy equals, I don't need to show what the 41 minus 40 cos 106 is. I can go straight to working out the square root of it. Now, this calculator won't let me do the square root sign first. I need to put in everything else and then square root my answer. So I've got 41 minus, and here is where it gets tricky with this calculator. You are going to do it however it works on your calculator. I have to do my operations on things in a tricky way. Right, so that's 1 bracket, that's 2 brackets. Right, 1, 2, 3. Yep, I've got all 3 brackets done there. Right, okay. And then I need to square root that answer. There we go. 7.21287 and loads of bits. So 7.21287 and so on. So xy equals was approximately equal to 7.2, 1 decimal place, centimeters. Don't forget your units. Okay. Question 3. Harriet's hand cream is in 2 sizes of bottles which are mathematically similar. So we're dealing with similarity. The larger bottle has a height of 12 centimeters and a volume of 540 centimeters. The tester bottle has a height of 8 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the tester bottle. So we have got big and small, and we are trying to find out small. So we want our small number on the top. We've got 2 lengths we can compare. So our we generally use K for this. So I'm just going to use K. So our fraction is 8 over 12, which is, what, 4 goes into both, so 2/3. Okay, now we'll work out the volume of the tester bottle, so we're going to use K cubed. So that's 2/3 cubed, which 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and 3 to the power of 3 is 27. So that's our fraction that we're going to use, and we're dealing with 540. So we're going to put in 540 times 8 over 27, and that will give us our volume. Times 8 divided by 27, 160. So it's 160 millilitres. Remember, cubic centimetres is millilitres. Right. Okay, bear with me. Okay, question 4. Let's have a look. Just drop my pen then. Right. Okay. Alex makes cups and plates. 5 cups and 6 plates takes Alex 45 minutes. Let C be the number of minutes Alex takes to make a cup, and P be the number of minutes Alex takes to make a plate. Write down an equation in C and P to illustrate this information. I don't like it when they tell us what letters to use, but they have done, so we have to use them. Although, to be fair, I probably would have used C and P. Right, this is easy enough. We've got 5 cups and 6 plates equals 45. To make set, don't put minutes on that. We don't need units. Right, to make 7 cups and 4 plates, it takes 52 minutes. So we have our 7C plus 4P is 52. Calculate algebraically the total number of minutes it will take Alex to make 10 cups and 8 plates. All right, I am going to have to use the next page for this, I think. I think I've set this up that way. 5C plus 6P equals 45. So 5C plus 6P equals 45. And 7C plus, I've forgotten it, so let's go back and look. 4P is 52. Okay, so that's our first equation and our second equation. And there are a few ways to do this, but they're wanting you to use your equivalents. I think I'm going to make my p's the same. So I'm going to do A times 2 to get 16p. And I'm going to do B times 3 to get 6 times 2 is 12p, and B times 3, 4 times 3 is 12p. Yep. Okay, I have 10c plus 12p equals 2 times 45 is 90. This is a calculator paper. I could use my calculator for this. 7 times 3 is 21, and 12p, that was the whole point. And 3 times 52 is 156. Now I'm going to do my second equation, take my first equation. So I'm going to do B take A. 21 take 10 is 11. 12 take 12 is nothing, which was the point, and 156 take 90 is 66. That's nice numbers. C is 66 divided by 11, which is 6. And now I need to do substituting in. And I'm going to substitute that into the first equation. Just because numbers, I don't know, they might be a bit friendlier to us. Right, so 5 times 6 plus 6p equals 45. 5 times 6 is 30. I have 6p equals 45, take 30. So p equals 15 divided by 6. Yeah, okay, 3 goes into both of them, so that's 2, and that's 5. 5 divided by 2 is the same as saying 2.5. I think a decimal will be easier to work with here. Now we've got to do the other thing it's asking us to do, which is 10 cups and 8 plates. So 10 cups and 8 plates. That's 60, and double 4 and 5. 4 times 5 is 20. You got a calculator. 2.5 is 5. Yeah. Right, so that's 80 minutes. Do they want it in minutes? Yeah, total number of minutes. There we go. Done. Next question. Okay. I suspect we've got a triangle question here. The diagram shows a circle, centre 0, a chord AB, which is 25. We've got a radius that we don't know because OB doesn't reach the edge. OB is 9. Okay, B is in the midpoint of AC, which is good to know. That tells us that that side is 12.5 and this side is 12.5. And if we put in our radius, it would help if I had a ruler. There we go. Let me just clean that up a little. Okay, there we've got our right angled triangle. If I pull it out just to show, you can see that we've got 9. We've not got 9 there. Yeah. We've got 9 on the bottom of it. We've got 9 and 12.5. And we can use Pythagoras to find our radius. So r squared equals 12.5 squared plus 9 squared. So r equals whatever the calculator tells us it equals. Don't need to do this in our heads. So 12.5 squared plus 9 squared is that, and we need to square root it. So we have got 15.4 to 1 decimal place. Centimeters. Okay, 1 point for recognizing you're dealing with a right angle triangle question, another point for using Pythagoras, your final point for your answer with units. Next question. This is a two-part question. We have got a sphere. I want to calculate the volume of the sphere, so I've put in the formula for the volume of a sphere. V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. We're given r as 5. Just got to stick that in the calculator. Remember to write down what you did. So 4/3 pi, and then it's 5 cubed. Okay, now the way this calculator works, this is going to be interesting. 5 cubed. Times 4 times, I'm not even risking the pi bun. All right, I will do. Pi. Okay, now I want to divide by 4. Right. 392.699 and loads more. 92.699, and that's centimeters cubed for volume. Okay, 392.699. Write that at the top. 392.699. I think it's still on the calculator. Yeah. Okay. This cone has the same volume as the sphere. We have got the base of the cone as a diameter of 12 centimeters. So that means our radius is 6 centimeters. To calculate the height of the cone, and we've got the volume of the cone formula at the top there. V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Now we know our volume because he told us it's the same. So we have got 392.699 equals pi. Our radius is 6, so it's 6 squared h. We want h on its own. So let's bring the other things to the other side. We have got 392.699 divided by 6 squared is 36 pi. There we go. So our h is whatever that works out as. 392.699 divided by, open up my bracket, 36 times pi, close my bracket, it equals, and we get a number I'm not convinced is true. Let me try that again. Right, so I've got 392.699 divided by, I'm opening my bracket, and I'm doing 36 times pi, close bracket, right, equals, 3.472222, yeah, so 3.47 to 2 decimal places, right, 47 to 2 dp, and that's centimetres. Okay, that's the height of the coat. There we go. Right, a triangle has sides 88 metres, 105 metres, 137 metres. Determine whether the triangle is right angled. If it's right angled, it meets Pythagoras. We can't assume it's right angled, we have to work it separately. To justify your answer, that means show you're working. Right, so 137 squared is what? 137 squared, 18769, 18769. And 88 squared plus 105 squared is what? Right, 88 squared is 7744. And 105 squared is 11025. Add those together. $18,769. You need a sentence. By Pythagoras, or using Pythagoras' theorem if you prefer. This triangle is right angled, or this is a right angled triangle. There we go. Question 8. Solve the equation 5 tan x plus 3 equals 4 for between 0 and 360. Now, between 0 and 360, we know we will have two results. That's why that's useful information. Let's start off with a little rearranging. Let's get tan x equals. So we have got 5 tan x equals 4 minus 3, which is 1. So tan x is going to be 1 over 5. Let's see what the calculator gives us that as then. X equals what? I've got bracket 1 divided by 5. I could just put 0.2 in because I know that one. And I want the tan of it, the inverse tan. So that's 11.3099. 11.3099. And was that 5 afterwards? 993. Yeah, can leave that at that point then. Don't need to round. Okay. And we want the other value of tan. So we can use cast. And if you remember with cast, with tan, we know that we're in the all at between 0 and 90. So we're about there. And we're going to be in, with tan, it goes straight through. So we're going to be 180 plus to get there. Okay, so x equals 180 plus 11.3099, which is 191.3099. We're done. We've rearranged, which is first point. We found two values for x. Ready. Question 9 expresses a single simple fraction. X is not minus 9, and we're doing x squared minus 81 all over 5 divided by x plus 9 all over 2. Fraction divided by a fraction, flip the second fraction. We have got x squared minus 81 over 5 times 2 over x plus 9. X squared minus 81. 81 is a square number. We have a difference of two squares going on here. We've got x plus 9 and x minus 9 all over 5. Remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you just keep multiplying. So the top gets multiplied and the bottom gets multiplied. That line rather long. Right, x plus 9 on the bottom, x plus 9 on the top, all multiplying, so we can get rid of them and simplify it down. I have got two lots of x minus 9 over 5. I'm going to go one step further. I don't know if I need to or not, but I'm going to anyway. But just multiplying out that bracket. There we go. So there's one point for remembering that you multiply by flipping the fraction. There's another point for your difference of two squares. And the final point is for tidying it all up. Question 10. The vertices of a regular pentagon lie on a circle centre 0. Remember, a regular shape means it's even. Everything is split evenly. So our regular pentagon, our 360 degrees, is split into 5 equal parts. The radius of a circle is 11 centimetres. Calculate the area of the shaded segment. So we've got this shaded section here, and we're going to look at this bit. And then we can take away this bit to leave us this section. Right, so I've written down the area of the triangle formula, and we can have a go at finding the area of the segment first of all. So this segment is going to be how many degrees? Well, start off with 360 divided by 5 equals, and I happen to know it's 72 degrees because I've done these too often. Our area of our sector of the circle is going to be 72 degrees. So remember the area of a circle, and we're looking for a sector of it. So we want 72 out of the 360 possible degrees times our area of a circle, pi r squared. And we know our radius is 11. So I could put up there r equals 11 centimeters. Right. What does that give us? Right, okay. So we have got 72 times pi times 11 squared is 121. And I need to divide that by my 360, and I get 76 point, yeah, I'll just do 76. So that's the area of the full sector. Okay. And the area of the triangle, so that is going to be a half times A and B are 11. That's 11 squared again, 121. Right, and sine of our angle, which is 72. Okay, so let's start with my 72 and sine of it. And we're going to times that by our 121, and we're going to divide by 2. Oh, don't know why that didn't work. We get 57.5389, so 57.5. Right, and our area of our sector is going to be, our segment, sorry, is going to be 76 minus 57.5, which I'm sure I could work out in my head if I wanted to, 18.5. We're dealing with the area in centimetres, so it's centimetres squared. Okay, just take your time, write down what you know, work out each section bit by bit. That one looked like it was going to be a complicated question, but when you plug your numbers in, it was fairly straightforward. Question 11. Simplify a to the power of 17 over 3a to the 4 all to the 3. Right. We have got a to the 17 on the top. What have we really got on the bottom? 3 cubed, which is 27, and a to the 4 to the 3, which is 4 times 3, which is 12. So we have got 12 A's on the bottom, 17 A's on the top. Let's cancel them out to get 5 A's on the top. A to the power of 5 over, with no A's left on the bottom, so it's over 27, and we're done. One of the points is for multiplying out and remembering that it's 27. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. I think a common error that they're going to get there is people putting 3 on the bottom instead of 27. Right, question 12. Cos x sine squared x plus cos cubed x. Okay, remember sine squared x just means sine x times sine x. Cos cubed x is cos x, cos x, cos x. We have got our trig identities here. Now, there's no tans involved here. There's no sine over cos, so we're not going to need that one. Our formula that we are going to need to remember, our identity, sorry, is sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1. So, let's see what we've got here. We've got a cos x on the left, we've got 3 of them on the right, so we can take one of them out. Cos x bracket sine squared x plus, we've used one of these on the right, so we've got cos squared x, and oh look, our identity has shown up already. We know that sine squared x cos squared x is 1, so we have got cos x times 1, so we've got cos x. Done. That's it. There's nothing more you can do with that. Okay, question 13. This is one of the ones where they give us unnecessary diagrams. There's an extension on the back of a house, in case you didn't know what a house looks like and what an extension looks like. The diagram shows a plan of the rectangular base of the extension. We have got 3 walls that are being added on. So we've got, they're each X meters wide. We've got the interior floor dimensions of 6 by 2. There's a wall of X meters on 3 sides of the extension. Write down an expression for the length of the extension in terms of X. So it's the length we're looking for. We know that the interior floor is 6. And we know that we have got an x on each side, so we have got 2x plus 6. That's it. Okay, now we're going to need that on the next page. 2x plus 6. So we got 2x plus 6. Now, they didn't ask us for the other direction, but we're going to need it. So let's have a look back and see what that was. So it is 2 meters and x, so it's an x plus 2. Okay, separate them out there, right? Total area of the rectangular base of the extension is 17 meters squared. Well, we know the two directions. We know how to find the area of a rectangle. So it's going to be 2x plus 6 and times it by x plus 2. And we're told that that equals 17. To show that just means work with what you've got and see if you get that answer fall out. So I'll look at that in a minute. Right, so let's multiply out this bracket. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is plus 4x. 6 times x is plus 6x, and 6 times 2 is 12, so plus 12 equals 17. And we want to make it equal 0, so let's get that 17 to the other side. Right, 4x plus 6x is 10x. 12 minus 17 is minus 5 equals 0. Oh, look, we've got what we needed to show, and we're done. Calculate x, the thickness of the wall, and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Now, because it says to 2 decimal places, I know that we can't factorize, so we're going to have to use the formula. Because I don't have much room, I'll change colour here. The formula, we have got our A, our B, and our C. So we've got minus 10 plus or minus the square root of b squared is a 10 squared, which is 100, minus 4 times 2 times minus 5 all over 2 times 2. Okay, let's work that out. We have got minus 10 plus all over 4, and we have got minus 10 minus all over 4. And what is our bracket? Right, so we've got minus 4 times minus 5, that's plus 20, times 2, so that's plus 40. So we've got the square root of 140 on both of these. And you're going to just stick these in your calculator and see what you get. Remember, if you show you're working and your calculator comes up with the wrong answer, you'll at least get some of your marks. Now, I can't type minus 10 into this. I have to type in 10, and then at the bottom I've got the plus and minus here. A lot of calculators have this button, because it's not the same as doing a subtraction calculation as far as the background working of the calculator is concerned. Right, so we want to do plus, and I want the square root of 140, so I'm going to have to put that into a bracket for this calculator. Okay, equals, and then I need to divide that by 4, 0.458. Okay, that's a positive number at least, 0.458. Right, let's have a look at the other one. So we're going to do the same again, 10 and then minus to get it changed, and then I'm going to take away open my bracket, 140 is square rooted, close my bracket, equals, I want to divide that by 4, equals, I get minus 5.458. So minus 5.458. You can't get a negative length. They don't exist. So our answer is x equals, and they wanted 2 decimal places. I've been working to 3 decimal places. So I can round that 8 to make this a 6. So I have got 0.46. And we are dealing with meters. Okay. So be careful with your answers. It asked for 2 decimal places. We need to give 2 decimal places. If you only work to 2 decimal places, you might introduce an error. So try to work to 3 decimal places at all times when they ask for 2. And that's the end of paper 2. There was nothing in there that was horrible. Everything was doable. So overall, not a bad paper.